So, every great business, it starts with just one idea. But how do you actually get from that spark to a solid blueprint? Well, that's what we're going to break down right here. The essential framework for turning your concept into a real functioning business. You've got that spark, that one concept you just know could be something big, right? You can see the product, you can imagine the service. I mean, it is crystal clear in your mind. But what comes next? Okay, but here's the thing we have to get straight right now. An idea is just a starting point. It's not a business. A business is a system. It's a machine, a set of interlocking parts that are designed to work predictably, day in and day out. And that is the real question, isn't it? How do you build that system? Look, it's not about just hoping for the best. It's about engineering. It's about having a rock-solid plan. And that plan, well, that's your business blueprint. It's just like building a house, right? You need a detailed plan before you even think about laying the first brick. So let's build that blueprint right now using 9 fundamental building blocks. Yeah, 9? That's the number to remember. Every single business, I don't care if it's a solo freelancer or some global corporation, can be broken down and designed using these same 9 core components. And this is what we call a business model. Look, it's not just about how you make money. It's the master plan for how all the pieces fit together to do 3 absolutely critical things. You have to create value, you have to deliver that value, and then you have to capture a piece of it for yourself. All right, let's get to work and start building this thing. Part 1, this is all about the outside world, who you serve and what you're offering them. This is the foundation. Seriously, if you get this part wrong, the whole thing is just going to collapse. So the very first block you need to lay down is customer segments. A business doesn't serve everyone. That's a huge mistake. It serves someone. And your job is to define with absolute precision exactly who that someone is. Now, let's just pause here for a second, because this is the step that almost everyone skips. You know what you want to sell, sure. But have you really stopped to ask, who exactly is the person that needs what you have to offer? What is their problem? What keeps them up at night? Because without that clarity, you're basically just shouting into the void. And you've got a fundamental choice to make right here. Are you going after a mass market where one size kind of fits most? Or are you going to carve out a niche, serving a very specific group with very unique needs? Now, for a solopreneur, this is absolutely critical. Your power is almost always going to be in that niche. Okay, so once you know who you're serving, the next block is your value proposition. This is the heart of your business. It's the why. Why should a customer pick you over all the other options out there? It's the promise of value you're making to them. And listen, this isn't about listing a bunch of features. This is about identifying the fundamental problem you are solving. Are you saving your customer time? Are you making them more money? Are you just reducing their daily frustration? That is your real value. And you know, there are a lot of ways to create that value. Maybe you're offering something totally new. Or maybe you're just improving performance, making something faster or more efficient than what's already out there. Or, hey, maybe your value is all in a superior design, making an experience more beautiful or just easier to use. All right, so we've nailed down the who and the what. Now we got to shift to the how. Part 2 is all about building the actual infrastructure you'll need to deliver on that promise you just made. And that brings us to customer relationships. This block defines the nature of the interaction you're going to have with your customers. Is it totally automated, hands-off, or is it deeply personal? You have to be deliberate about this choice because it's going to shape your entire operation. You know, as a solopreneur, this is where you can really shine. You don't have a massive call center or a big support team. Your direct personal connection, that's your superpower. So you have to ask yourself, how am I going to consciously design that relationship to not just get customers, but to keep them happy and turn them into people who rave about me? For example, this could mean offering personal assistance through emails and calls. Or, for your really important clients, you could offer dedicated personal assistance, where they have a direct line right to you. This is how you build that unbreakable trust and loyalty. Okay, we've covered customers and operations. Now, let's get to the bottom line. Part 3 is all about building the financial engine that's going to power this entire system. This leads us right to revenue streams. And put simply, this is how you make money. If your value proposition is the heart of your business, then your revenue streams are the arteries that carry its lifeblood. No arteries, no life. And this right here, this is the moment of truth. An idea you're passionate about can be a fantastic hobby, but a business has to generate cash. So have you defined exactly how value is going to be exchanged for money? Because if you haven't, you don't have a business, you have a project. Fundamentally, your revenue is going to come in one of two flavors. You've got transactional revenue. That's a one-time payment. You sell a product, you get paid once. Done. Then you've got recurring revenue, which comes from ongoing payments like subscriptions or retainers. And trust me, choosing the right model for your business is an absolute game changer. So we've laid out the customer-facing parts and the financial foundations of your blueprint. Now let's pull back and see how all these pieces fit into the complete picture, along with the internal machinery that makes the whole thing work. And there it is, the complete business model canvas. This shows how everything connects. See, on the right side, you've got the customer-facing blocks we've been talking about. And on the left, that's your internal engine, your key activities, the stuff you absolutely must do, your key resources, the assets you need, and the key partners who help you out. And it all sits on that foundation of your cost structure and your revenue streams. Look, this isn't some 50-page document nobody ever reads. This is your entire business on a single page. It's your dynamic plan of attack. So we've given you the framework, we've given you the building blocks. Now the final question. That one's for you. Take that idea that's been bouncing around in your head, map it across this canvas, and build your own system. So, what does your blueprint look like?